Looks like we have Chicken Man, Steadfast, and Enki, as well as myself. We're going to be casting the lower semifinals. I believe that's all the casters. Dave Testa did confirm that he isn't going to be casting. He's going to be focusing on adminning for today, just to make sure that all the scores get updated and everything is sorted out. Oh. So that is where everyone is, and here we go. We're getting into our semifinals, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressman, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Dragon Kai Z Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gressman, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. ByuN doing very ByuN things. Is going to be opening up with a bit of a 2-racks here on the low ground. Of course, with this, we're going to be able to wall off at the natural and expand behind this and be a little bit more aggressive as well. So a little bit of an unfortunate spawn location for ByuN. For those wondering, because of the location of these 2-raxes, the add-ons are going to be on the right-hand side. They're going to be a little bit exposed to the elements and exposed to Dark. So if Dark does end up counterattacking at a certain point, then the production is going to be that much more vulnerable. So a little bit unfortunate here. Of course, if ByuN spawned on the right-hand side, then those add-ons would be that much safer here as a part of this wall instead. So it may be something that doesn't even come into play, but it's something to have in the back of your mind if Dark, of course, does retaliate at some point and does try and pressure this natural base. As ByuN is going for the 2-racks opener, Dark is going for an Overlord scout, and he will get eyes on this. We'll get confirmation momentarily. As he's going for a hatch gas pool, pretty standard opener here from Dark. And from here, I'm curious to see how many lings he makes. He's been playing around a lot with his openers, making 6 lings or 8s, but here he goes for a more reasonable 4 lings. Just very defensive, economic play here from Dark, going for his 3rd base. Oh. It's ByuN saying something. Yo, if we have any translators in the chat, yo, let us know, papi. As the Reaper does slip on in, does force a spore out of one of these drones, but only a single spore. Hasn't gotten any kills yet, as he does end up forcing out 2 more lings from Dark. Oh. There we go. Nice cancel from Dark, and he doesn't lose any of his lings in the end, as ByuN is going to be expanding behind. It's just going to be getting map control here with all these Reapers, just going to be forcing lings out of Dark. And he isn't just forcing lings out of Dark. We have 6 more lings on the way. Dark is pretty heavily investing into this. Oh, the Reapers are able to zone away those queens, and as a result, they get 1 drone, they get 2 drones. Very nicely done here by ByuN. And the lings are having a hard time keeping up with the Reapers. Oh, ByuN has to be a little bit careful with it. He has to be careful with his pathing, but he does escape in the end with all of his units. 2 drones, not bad. Again, inadvertent damage as well, forcing lings instead of drones out from Dark as well. Oh, he gets a tumor. Oh god, that's unfortunate. As ByuN, with all this map control, he's going to be able to, again, saturate his bases, get into things here as he does throw down his factory, his starport, and his 3rd CC. So bit of a 2-1-1 setup, 3cc 2-on-1 setup from ByuN. From here, he can get into drop play. Oh, nice force cancel. Does he get a drone? He gets another drone. Oh. Yo, give ByuN a handful of Reapers and he can make some magic happen, papi. It's his unit. Dark has the roaches, ByuN has the Reapers. So yeah, from here, Dark can get into some medevacs, can get into some drop play as a follow-up. Should be working on Stim soon, and there we go. There are those add-ons that we were talking about. A little bit exposed, but we don't see any kind of signs of aggression from Dark. Oh, actually, that wasn't the reactor. Never mind. So we actually have a Tech Lab swap instead, and we're going straight into Cloak Banshees. Very out of left field. I kind of like it. Oh, its link speed is 5 seconds away from completing. The Reapers go for a massive dive, and 1 goes down. One Reaper for 2 drones. But now that Link Speed is done, Dark is going to be able to chase all of this down. Nice cleanup, but if we look at the units tab here, those Reapers did get 5 drone kills and did delay the worker production of Dark. So I'm sure ByuN is relatively happy with what those Reapers were able to accomplish. What's scary as well is that the last thing on Dark's mind is going to be Cloak Banshees. As a result, Dark doesn't have a lair. He doesn't have any spores either. He doesn't have any detection. He isn't ready for Banshees. And unfortunately, he didn't get eyes on this Banshee as it moved out across the map. So ByuN is going to be able to do a lot of damage with this. Oh. I am a little bit concerned for Dark. Thankfully, we only have 1 Banshee coming in. The second Banshee is still in production, is still en route, so ByuN isn't banking Banshees to go in at once. So he doesn't have one-shot potential. The Banshee does reveal itself though, and Dark is going to have to evacuate his main. Oh, he's going to stick around actually. Oh, how many drones are going to go down? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are we going to get to the double digits? I think we are. We have no detection. 11. Dark is forced to go for a massive Link counterattack, but the Marines are in position. Stim is done. ByuN is fine. 13 drones for 1 Banshee. Oh. And we're not done, Papi. We have the second Banshee. 15 drones go down. That is a crippling amount of damage here. Again, I'm sure Dark, myself included, we were expecting a regular 2-1-1 follow-up, but that is not what we got. We got a Tech Lab instead. We got a Banshee instead, and that really completely caught Dark off guard. Now we do have our spores and we have a lair, but at this point, you know, that 1 Banshee did pay for itself. We have a second Banshee that's still alive, that's still dealing damage, still forcing drones to be evacuated from this base. Oh, so another drone goes down. And ByuN's working on the follow-up push. We have Stim. We have... Well, we don't have combat shields yet. We do have Stim at least, and he's going to be able to clean up all of this creep. Dark having a hard time keeping up with all of this. Oh my god, ByuN pushing pretty deep onto creep, but the Banelings are not ready yet, and without Banelings, these Lings are getting absolutely annihilated. Ooh, Widowmine shots are going to be going off as well on those Queens. Oh my god, do we have the target fire? No, we do not. ByuN evacuates, but not before getting 5 more drones. GG gets called. It's just too much damage, and ByuN takes the first game. Oh. The Reapers on top of the Banshees, on top of the follow-up Stim push with those Marines. It was just far too much. Dark taps out. GG. And now we're going to have to get into game number 2. Again, oof, rough start there from Dark. Unfortunately, he was working with some with a lack of information there. Didn't know what ByuN's follow-up was going to be. He was cutting, and he wasn't being safe either. Despite the fact that he didn't know what was happening, he was making some assumptions, and he was punished for it. Oof. Now we're getting into game number 2. God, those Banshees. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. As game number 2 is going to be taking place on Royal Blood. Meanwhile, I just got some updates and it looks like we already have a finalist. Already have a finalist, as we are going to be loading into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing Dragon KyZ Gaming. It is Dark, fighting for his life. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent, the player that is leading this series and needs 1 more to make it to the grand finals. Representing Shopify Rebellion, it is ByuN. He's doing it again. He's going for the same opener. This time, his add-ons will be safe if Dark does decide to be aggressive, and is going to be opening up with a 2 racks. Oh boy, you know? Why break what isn't broken? Is that how it works? Why, why fix what isn't broken? That's what I was going for. If it works once, why not do it again? As we do have that 2x opener here from ByuN, just a way to get map control and to just have the Zerg player on the back foot for the start of the game. It is something that ByuN has been a little bit fond of in recent times. You may nerf the Reaper, but that's not going to stop ByuN from making them, okay? It's not going to stop it. As Dark on the other side of the map did go for a hatch gas pool, standard economic opener from the side of the Zerg player. He's not retaliating with a pool first or anything like that, which is a wise choice, definitely. Otherwise he would run into a brick wall. Wouldn't be able to do too much with it if that were his opener. So that's because of that, because of the tendencies of Dark, and he hasn't gone pool first before. I do think it's smart for ByuN to go for this, just so his natural is safe, just so that he doesn't have to turn around with his Reapers or anything like that. I do think it makes sense specifically against Dark. So first Reaper is going to be moving on now to Dark. As a response, he did spot this with his Overlord, and he's going to be immediately making those 6 slings just to try to maintain control of his own bases. And the dance begins. The dance begins, and Dark shouldn't be losing anything. Oh, we do see Dark trying to get us around. Up. Oh my god, it looks like he has done it. Oh, let's go. He's laughing. ByuN with the question mark, Dark with the Hangul Korean symbol for laughing. That Korean I do know. Oh my god. ByuN having a little bit too much fun, overextending, and gets punished for it. So Dark isn't going to take this laying down, Papi. The bans, Papi, the bans. But he has to be careful because you know what? We still have 3 Reapers, and 3 Reapers are still terrifying. 1 drone gets picked off. We now have a 4th Reaper as well. Oh, threatening to kill that queen. And we're not stopping, by the way. We're continuing. Unlike last game, bearing in mind, in game 1, ByuN only made 3 Reapers, and this time he's just continuing that Reaper production. We have we have our natural on the way. 3rd racks behind this. We do have a very different follow-up here from ByuN. He's going to be transitioning into a 3 racks instead. No, there's not going to be a Banshee this time. I can say that for sure. As ByuN does respect the link speed and will back off. As link speed kicks in again, Dark I'm sure is more than happy what he was able to do. ByuN. God, look, my brain is look that game between Dark and Cure just ruined my brain. Okay, but I'm sure ByuN is happy because even though Dark killed the first Reaper, his 3rd base was very delayed. This is a very late 3rd for Dark, so he's going to be stuck on 2 base economy for quite some time, and this makes sense. Dark, because his 3rd is so late, he's taking a 4th. He's double expanding right now. He has to catch up in the larva, in his production, and his economy, so he's kind of forced into this. And I worry that he may be too greedy as a follow-up as well. We'll keep an eye out on Dark's droning from this point, as he's going into a typical 2-1-1 response. We have an Evo Chamber, we have +1 Carapace on the way. That is great against Marines. Again, armor is what you want to prioritize here against a bio army. Oh, the Reapers almost get caught out. Dark isn't fully aware of the follow-up, but I do believe... Oh, actually, never mind. I was gonna say that I do think that this setup to defend against the 2-1-1 can work reasonably well against a 3 racks, but this isn't a 3 racks. This is a 3 racks with reactored Hellions and an armory. This is going to be a massive push with Hellbats as well, so Lings aren't going to cut it. We need Banelings. We saw this in the previous series between Cure versus Scarlet, where Scarlet thought it was a 2-1-1, and then the Hellbat showed up and she just wasn't ready whatsoever. Look at the units tab here. We have 7 queens. That's okay. Ideally, we want at least 8 queens, though. And again, we don't have a Roach Worm. We don't have a Baneling Nest. So we go Baneling Nest just now gets thrown down, but ByuN is pushing out across the map. He's pulling the voice. He's all in. Oh my god. And not just that, but because the Reapers survived from the early game, we even have some micro potential with the KDA charges. with the grenades, and here we go. ByuN has revealed his build to his opponent. The Baneling Nest is still not done, by the way. The Lings cannot engage with those Hellbats, and ByuN wants to get on top of these Queens. Here we go. The Lings coming from behind. Oh, but the Lings are getting annihilated. Every single Ling is going to be going down. We do see more Marines showing up as well. The Queens are completely exposed. The Baneling Nest finishes, but there are no Lings to morph into Banelings. There is nothing left. Again, Dark caught with his pants down. He didn't know how committed the follow-up was gonna be. And even here, Lings are just not the answer, Papi. We have the Baneling Nest. We need Banelings, Papi, as the Lings once again get roasted, and at this point it may just be too late anyway. As the last remaining Queens are being focused down. Looking at the units tab, we're down to only 2 Queens. This is it. This is all we have left. We have a Spine Crawler. We finally have Banelings on the way, but there are only 2 Banelings. We have more behind that, but how good is the target firing from ByuN? The answer is too good. These Marines are so low. They're so overstimmed. The Banelings are rolling on in, but they get target fired up. We get a decent connection, but we need more than decent, Papi. We need more than decent. 2 more Banelings waddling in from behind, but we have the splits. ByuN needs to end the game. Bear that in mind. He's slowly running out of steam. Ooh, the last Baneling does kill all the Marines. And mate, that's the end of the push. He had to end the game, and Dark has a decent drone. He has a decent drone count. He has 4 bases. He's doing it. I don't want to say he's done it because we still have Marines. Like, ByuN still has some army, but it looks like he's being pushed back. GG. I don't think he said GG. I don't know what he said. If we can get some translations in the chat, he's like... Maybe he's asking, did you scout this? How'd you know? Where were the Banelings, Papi? ByuN, coming to terms. Oh my, he's throwing down. He's great. He wants to try to macro out of this. Okay. He's huffing some copium. Is it copium? He's going for double starport. Wait, what? wait, what? What are we doing right now? Yo, ByuN's having some fun. Okay. Take me for a ride, ByuN. We're what's happening? Where are we going? Where are you taking us? ByuN, don't die. I want to see where you're going. I want to see where this leads. He's going for 3 starports and +1 ship armor. What? Where are we going? Okay, we have two. We're going. Is this just? Are we going for BCs or are we going just for Mass Banshee? He's going for Mass Banshee. He's actually going Mass Banshee. He's going for Tech Labs. There's the fusion. He's going for BC. Oh my god. Wait. Or just Hyperflight Rotor Banshees, right? It's yeah, Mass Banshee. I kind of wanted to see this fusion core earlier, but we should be seeing Cloak. We should be seeing Hyperflight Rotors, which is Banshee speed as well. He's going into Hellion Banshee. Oh my god. He's crazy. Okay. All right. Well then. We're just clouding it up, Papi. Dark, he is throwing down safety spore crawlers, so he doesn't want to get caught off guard by random banshees again and just die horribly. Makes sense, but I don't think he's ready for this many banshees. This many banshees, doesn't matter if you have a spore. They're gonna ignore the spore. They're gonna kill it. They're gonna kill the queens as well. This can get out of hand and out of control. There is Banshee speed. For those wondering, you do need a fusion core for this upgrade. That is why we got the fusion core. Okay. All right, let's go. Yeah, it's like a weird variation of mech. It's Hellion Banshee. It's not even Cyclone Banshee or Thor Banshee. Okay. The Banshees were technically buffed in the recent patch. You know, we have seen this kind of rise in popularity. If I could interview ByuN after this series, I would be like, yo, have you done this before? Or were you just like freestyling? Because this kind of feels like he's freestyling. But I want to know if he has done this before. I want to know, Papi. I want to know. As Cloak is done and Banshee speed is on the way. Looking at the vision of Dark, he hasn't scattered at all. He has no idea what's going on. He just sees the mass Hellion for the time being, but he is going for Hydras. So Lingbane Hydra is a very well-rounded composition. Dark is going to have access to anti-air. If he was staying on Lingbane Queen, I would be worried for Dark because the Banshees would be able to outmaneuver him. But because we have access to Hydras, I do kind of like his chances. I do think that he has a way to respond to this at least. We'll see how this goes. There's the BCs! Let's go, Poppy, let's go. BC production has commenced. You know, the Banshees are just a stepping stone, you know? They're just a way to get map control, to give yourself some freedom. Here we go, the Banshees are revealing themselves, and we do see zero detection. The Banshees are just focusing down queen after queen. Oh my god, every queen is gonna go down in the blink of an eye. We have a couple of Hydras, but we don't have that many. Look at the units tab. We have 3 Hydras. These are the only Hydras out right now, and they're gonna go down. Oh my god, the hatchery just, it melts. It melts, Poppy. We don't even need BCs, mate. We don't even need BCs. We do see a massive counterattack though. The wall's not a wall. The Lings get into the main base. The Hellions were out of position. The Hellions need to come back home. Dark is dealing some counter damage. He finally gets a scout of the main base. A lot of workers are going down, but at the same time, the Banshees are getting out of control. These Lings will eventually be cleaned up. The Banshees will not. The BC teleports across the map immediately. Oh my god. ByuN is doing it. ByuN is camping the production. He's camping the Hydrogen. The Hydrogen is going to go down, and that is going to be the end of the anti-air here for Dark. The second BC teleports across the map. Oh no. This is disgusting, Poppy. Dot, dot, dot. He can't believe it. I can't believe what's happening. Terran, you can do anything, Poppy. Oh my god. Lings go for a counterattack, but they run into Hellions. Again, there just wasn't enough anti-air. Dark never scouted the main base. He had no idea what was happening. He didn't know that we had a 3-port follow-up, because who the hell would do this? Who would go into 3 starports and 3 tech labs as a follow-up to a failed all-in? And it was a failed all-in. That's the thing. It did fail. It didn't work. Dark was in a decent position after that. I mean, drone count at least, and base count. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. And we're just, you know, we're just gonna let this sink in. We're all just gonna let it sink in, mate. Dark especially. Smooch. GG gets called. Ugh. Congratulations, I guess. GG, congratulations to ByuN as he takes the series 2-0, and my heart goes out to Dark because that's a rough way to get eliminated. Let's be real here. Let's be real. That's not the way you want to go out. GG. GG. Well played. Well played. Wow. Dark needed to scout. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Clearly, you know, I mean, again, it's one of those things where he did, of course, need to scout, but as well, that's the last thing you expect. Like, Dark was getting ready for everything. He was going Lingbane Hydra. He was getting safety spores. He had a decent amount of queens. Like, his queen count wasn't low. He had like 8 queens. If you remember, it was those 8 queens that died immediately, and he would have been okay against usually whatever shows up. He had a bunch of Lingbane on the ground as well. It's just, you know, no one expects the 3-port Banshee. No one expects 8 Banshees to rush across the map, you know? So I don't blame him too much. I don't blame him too much. Wow. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to ByuN. He moves on to the grand finals, and we have a lot of updates. Earlier, the bracket was struggling to be updated, but we have results here. Solar did eliminate Oliveira 2-1. So shout out to Solar to advancing on to the semis as well. And that is where Solar met his match. Maru 2-0'd Solar. And I made a joke at the very start of the broadcast, and it was merely a joke, but I did kind of believe it. Once again, 2 weeks in a row, we have a TvT finals. And who better to have on for the TvT finals than a Terran caster, as I reach out into the ether for hopefully my co-caster to join me for a very fluffy caster.